Good afternoon. As the receptionist may have explained to you, we provide an initial 15-minute consultation, after which we charge for each session. What would you like to talk about?
Doctor, my life isn't exactly what I'd like it to be right now. I just spent 6 months in the hospital recovering from severe head trauma and parasitic infection that I contracted while working on a farm.
My God. What happened?
I'd rather not get into the details.
Yes, certainly.
As you can imagine, 6 months in a hospital bed is a long time, and it provides plenty of opportunities to contemplate life, meaning, why we were here. I thought working on a farm would help me clear my head, get a handle on what I was doing with my life. I had some issues with people in my profession and it wasn't healthy.
That's an important realization.
I needed to face the fact that the work I really love to do is being overrun by retarded monkeys.
Retarded monkeys? That's a very strong statement.
I used to get mad when I was asked to do stupid things by stupid people. I fought back. Then I realized that it only made my life worse. Then I gave in. Then I became homicidal. Then I became suicidal. Then I saw what those guys at AMC are doing and I thought, maybe life isn't so bad. I mean, have you seen Breaking Bad? Talk about artistic integrity. Holy shit, that show is fantastic.
Tell me about something that affected you in your work prior to the farm.
Well, I was lead developer on a web application for a startup. We chose PHP because it is the obvious choice for web development. It is tightly integrated with Apache, scales marvelously, and it's easy to find solid developers who know what the hell they are doing. If you throw a dart at a wall full of the top websites around the world, chances are excellent you'd hit one using PHP.
I don't know what that means, but please go on.
The project was a huge success. We finished on time and the site held up to the company's steady growth. It all worked. I mean, my God, it all worked so very well.
What happened?
Our company's VC brought in a new CTO. He said we needed to modernize our architecture. He said that PHP reeked of the 90s and that Ruby was the new web language. Doctor, I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up. He said, honest to Christ, he said, and I quote, Ruby is what all the cool kids are using. I had an honest-to-God brain aneurysm right there in the meeting. I just sat and twitched in my chair. People finally called 911 after I vomited on the table.
That's incredible.
All of a sudden our team was crawling with bohemian Ruby hipsters with their Macintosh laptops and hemp satchels. They sat around like first-century Greek philosophers considering the aesthetic value of placing control statements before, or after, a block. When I showed them our finely tuned SQL, which had been running in production for 3 months, they said that in the modern world databases go away and people work with model classes. They said that no one in their right mind would ever work directly with SQL because object relational mappers are so optimized that you'd be a fool to use anything else. Then they pretended to get a phone call. They said it was the 80s and it wanted its Emacs editor back.
What is Emacs?
Oh God. Never asked that question of an Emacs user.
What happened with your project?
We entered the ranks of the cool kids. Our response time went from 300 milliseconds under PHP to 3 seconds under Ruby. That's a 10-fold increase. The site had multi-hour outages. It didn't matter though because we had an architecture we could blog about. When you're a cool kid, everyone wants to know how you managed to make Ruby scale. So you write about how you use Redis and Tokyo Cabinet to solve your self-inflicted problem of storing user sessions in a high-latency database, like it's a big fucking revelation.
Weren't your users a little pissed that the site became so slow and was down for so long?
What do users have to do with making art? Sure, we lost paying customers because our website ran like a flaming pile of cat crap. But when you look past the outages and consider the beauty of our finely crafted Ruby source code, you weep, openly, for joy, and thank God that you work among poets.
It does sound rather romantic. Tell me more about these bohemians.
For fuck's sake, they think it's 1963 Greenwich Village. They would come to the office with 1 or 2 groupies just hanging out, watching them work. How the hell do software developers get groupies? You never see PHP developers with groupies. PHP developers are too busy building websites that actually work.
Have you considered that you may be jealous of Ruby developers?
Fuck Ruby. Fuck the poet philosophers with their gorgeous web applications and their groupies and their amazing launch parties with pretty girls.
I'm afraid we're out of time. Given your rather extreme case, I'd like to see you twice a week, if that works for your schedule.